You are now tuned in to the realest podcast.
MW, we back up in this thing. You can't roll with us if your last name don't got no loyalty. Podcast party poppin', but you already knew. I've been rolling with these folks. This that Monday night crew. Millennials versus the world like. Millennials versus the world like you. Millennials versus the world like. Millennials versus the world like you. Millennials versus the world. Millennials versus the world like you. Millennials versus the world like. Millennials versus the world like you.
Yo, what's happening, good people, man? Welcome back to another episode of the Monday Night Crew. It's your boy K-Dot Mims, man. We have the ladies of the show right now, Miss Princess, Miss Chappay. What's happening?
Hey.
I got my bro DJ J Dub tonight showing out. What's happening, brother? Hey, show him with the other hand. Show him with the other hand too, Jay.
Hey, I ain't playing with niggas tonight.
Appreciate everybody tapping in tonight, man. It's the only spot you get authenticity and entertainment at the same time. Brittany and Asia will be tapping in with us here in a few, man. So first of all, how's everybody been, man? I'm gonna go around. Jay, how you been, my brother? How's life? How's everything going?
I've been okay. Life had a few rough spots, but you know, I'm bouncing back.
That's okay, for sure. Miss Princess, how you been? How's life?
I've been good. Very blessed.
Good. Okay, go ahead. Girl, the skin glowing too. You see what I'm saying? That's a fiance skin, man. What about you, Pay? How's life? How are you? Our only Gen Z here on the show.
I am good. I am also blessed and highly favored. Spring
That's
break.
what's happening.
Summer break, actually. Summer break.
It's different. It's different.
I'm living.
For sure. So, man, we gotta kind of start on a serious note a little bit for our opening thoughts, man. The story broke this morning about Nolan Wells, kid out of Mississippi. A kid out of Mississippi had been reported missing on July 4th, went to an island with his friends. He was with, I think, 3 of his white friends. It's an island that's only accessible by a boat. He came up missing. The friends came back home without him, but had his cell phone and said they knew nothing about where he was. And the biggest things to date right now is that he went missing July 4th. The body was found by a fisherman later on. I don't know exact day. I don't want to say the day because I don't know, but they did find a body that matched the description, and they have not confirmed the cause of death. So the internet has been going absolutely crazy about this. You know, I'm gonna start with I hate that for some strange reason from Juneteenth to now, which 4th of July, just been a lot of tension. You know what I mean? And then to be added to this young man, losing his life, condolences to the family, prayers up. But like, it just simply don't make sense. You know what I mean? Like the whole story itself don't make sense. And it's like, you want our black young men to be free and be friends with who you want and do what they want and move how they want. But like, it's not the world we live in. You know what I mean? And for them to come back and kind of just be like, oh yeah, we don't know where his phone went. And he went with a girl, but we got his phone, but he left with y'all. And the girl saying, I thought he was with a group of guys. It's just unfortunate, yo. And to me, this is my opinion, it's foul play involved. What's y'all thoughts when y'all heard the story on Nolan Wells?
Well, I hadn't heard anything about the girl. But I definitely think it's some type of foul play involved. And it's very unfortunate. Because you would like to think that you could, you can have white friends. I'm not saying that you can't, but you would think that you could have white friends and come back home safe and alive.
Yep. For sure. 1,000%. What up?
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, I think it's foul play involved as well. And the fact that they're coming back so nonchalant, like, oh yeah, we got his phone, but what you mean? Like, I think it's definitely foul play. Like, that's insane.
Because how do you have his phone?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, unless, I guess, maybe, I don't know. The only thing that I could think is that he left his phone on the boat because he was getting in the water.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
That's my thing, though. If you got his phone, if you got his phone and you had nothing to do with it, the first thing you're gonna do is try to make a call to his people or contact his people or send some type of like, hey, we don't know what happened. We got his phone. He gone. For you all to return with it, to return with it without him and be like, I don't know. And then you lawyer up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get trying to be that be a precautionary marriage, but like, hey, come on, look, like the pictures. Look, when I saw the pictures of them, did y'all see the picture of them on the boat? I'm judging, look like that type crew. And then it's always like instances where I'm being honest. It's always instances where like it's an isolated black friend. You know what I'm saying? Like it's never like a couple of them and a couple of us, and then we go out to this thing.
They know better.
But it's always in isolation, and I just don't see a world. I hope they do due diligence in the investigation.
No, for real.
Investigation here and there, and then just let. I didn't know the Carmelo situation was behind a girl. I didn't know that. But if they let that investigation just slip to the wayside, and the state matters, it's in Mississippi, y'all.
Right.
This in Mississippi, man.
Yeah.
So y'all know how that go. The mom has been saying a lot of like, you know, public outrages got into social media. I just don't. Do y'all think, knowing our system, do y'all think this is going to pan out?
No.
Do you believe justice will be served? Let me say that. No, I'm not saying who did it because we don't know, but in general,
I don't.
No.
There's been too many cases where they've walked free, even with the evidence. They somehow find a way to slip through the cracks. I definitely think it's foul play on the whole situation, but it's very, very unfortunate because we talk a lot about, you know, black people being protected, and I know we talk about black women for sure. They definitely need to be protected, but like these black men going in these situations by themselves, and there's like no supervision at all. These guys are getting away with whatever they want to do, and you're thinking you're cool with somebody. You're gonna bring somebody's phone back and tell me you don't know anything that happened?
yeah,
I don't care how drunk you were.
Yeah.
You know something.
And then it's like, I'm not judging any part. I don't know if, you know, they've probably been their friend for a long time. They seem to be teammates on the football team. The other side of it is when mom, you know, the communication between the families would be far different if there was believed to be like a sense of we don't know. It's like, we got back, this happened, lawyer up, get away from us. They're over there, we're over here. The thing I'm worried about is that similar to what happened recently with Carmelo, like the things that's being shared or found now switch up down the road when it's time to really go about and ask people what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this got that feel. You know what I mean? This got that feel to it. I don't really care for that. No lie. I don't really care for that. And I feel so bad. This dude's just about to go to college. If I'm not mistaken, like he just graduated, young dude, chilling, and there's no way you can tell me he went on that boat or went on that trip not believing those people were his friends.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, for you to go on a trip like that, you think people are your friends, and you know, I agree we need a new tactic, not social media rage, but I think what plays a part in the social media rage, I think a thing that we don't talk about enough, a lot of times social media gets the message out there quicker than other tactics. Is once the outrage happens, how do we move around once it happens? I think there's a positive in alerting the community, you know, the African-American community or whoever, when something happens via social media. But I think the person who's trying to get to a goal of justice or get to a goal of whatever you're doing, you have to have a plan after the outrage. You get what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, and I'm not saying she's not justified, a lot of times mom would, you know, a parent is emotional. They just want the best for their kid. That's hard to think through what you're going to do after that, because let's be clear, 4th of July was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I do get what you're saying. We do need a extended tactic, but I don't know no other way that could have went. Do y'all, my last question before we kind of tap into something else, do you all think that it was premeditated or kind of got over there was around something, or it was like, hey, you know, because me, it just seemed premeditated because you would have heard something else besides, I don't know, very specific, go to this island with 10 miles away, boat only, come back with nothing, and you got my phone? What's y'all thoughts on that?
I don't know.
Y'all seen that movie called Blink Twice?
Nah, come on, Gen Z. We don't know what that is. What's that on? What's
It's
that on?
it was like in theaters.
Oh no, what is it about though?
It's basically about this white billionaire or whatever. He went to like a club and everything, and he met this girl, and he took her back to an island that was like in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of water, only boat access. And like each night he would, I guess, put something in their water or something to where like they can't remember why they're there or that they're not having a good time. But it essentially was around like that same type of point, like in the island. So I feel like I think that gotta be premeditated. Like I'm trying to see it from both sides, but I just can't see it.
I think my question also is the boat. I don't have a boat, so I don't know how boats work, right? So this may be ignorant, but can minors drive a boat?
No.
Meaning, like, was there an adult?
Yeah.
On this boat.
Yeah. So to answer your question, I believe, Princess, and I think it's state by state. I think when you're 18 and you have a license, you can drive a boat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think that's probably where they got off on being able to drive by themselves without an adult. Somebody said, things are going to conveniently come out. Sadly, he can't speak for himself. The issue is like you come back with the phone, but they didn't render aid if something did happen. I mean, the lawyer going to go get your lawyers immediately tell you everything you need to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get you should have a lawyer, but like if you didn't do anything, that's you willing to cooperate and give information. There's no need to really have
Aren't
that.
they saying
to find your friend? Like,
yeah.
Aren't they saying that one of the moms is a judge or something?
Yep.
Okay.
Scary hours. Scary hours.
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna just tell you this. I don't think
I'm gonna save my thought.
No. Go ahead, President.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna save my thought.
Okay. Respect. I just think this, and then we can move on to the next opening thought. I'm gonna just say this: if they brought his phone back without him, there's more stuff that they didn't think about.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it would seem like to me. If you came back with your friend's phone, not trying to figure out, not trying to make contact to his parents, not trying to communicate, do all the things, there's probably more things you didn't think about in the midst of emotion or whatever, took place. And at the end of the day, it's an unfortunate situation, man. A young black kid lost his life. Trying to celebrate life on 4th of July, fresh out of high school, about to go to college. No telling what, condolences to the family, prayers up to the family. But it's like, it's a wicked world we live in, yo. It's a super wicked world that we live in.
Hey, let me add to that, Steve. So I'll be very brief. So my daughter's at the age now to where she's kind of like in that sleepover stage of like, oh, I want to go to my friend's house. I want to go here. She's at that stage. And I explained to her like, hey, you can't go to everybody's house. Everybody can't come to your house. Okay?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's just how we are. Yeah, I'm cool with your people. We can do that. And it really takes me back to that story where the young ladies had a sleepover. And they were jealous of how pretty the little girl was. And they put like boiling water and burnt her face, like burnt her skin.
Golly.
And like, to think that you sending your daughter over to a sleepover just to, have a good time with quote unquote friends.
Yeah.
And then something like this happens, or you send your son out for 4th of July and then he comes back missing. Like, these are wicked times we living in, bro. You have to be very cautious.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. And I will not saying this is my proudest moment. Me having sons, I probably would have been crashing out. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I get that's not the right answer. And I think I will have my wife. I will have my wife with all the tactical stuff. But like when somebody lost their life, things got to move a little quicker. I think it's quicker to get to some of these answers than what we're seeing. Because and it always matters who the victim is. You see what I'm saying? Like if the victim was different, it would have got these answers probably would have got there a lot quicker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like the way it's handled, I feel like is very tied into who the victim is, because the prior situation that we dealt with as a country, was handled a little different. And I'm gonna leave that there. Any more thoughts on Nolan Wells, y'all? All right. So this is via. I couldn't get the video, Princess, but this is from the group chat earlier today. A video of a young lady saying how she asked guys that she's dating if they want her to give the gifts back that she got from other guys. I explained that correctly, right, Princess?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
she's married and
Uh-huh.
she's married, and she was basically saying like she asked her husband as well, like, do you want me to blah 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 blah? I guess like when they were in the dating stage or whatever. But essentially, yes, that's the question.
Yeah. So what are y'all thoughts on gift keeping after you're done with that person? The only thing I'm gonna start with is like, I wouldn't ask that unless it's an obvious gift that you would know is from somebody else. I'm not bringing that up. I'm not saying like, hey, this is from such and such. Would you, hot boy? I'm not doing that.
Me either.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. People do, because to me that's stupid. Like, you causing tension. Okay. She also spoke about the videos like she had exes buy her a whole bunch of cars. She had to give those back, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
she said
cool.
she gave those back. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think. Or did they take them because they was paying for them? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. What's y'all thoughts though? Would y'all give gifts back? Do y'all keep gifts? Do y'all throw them away because they hold sentimental value that connects you to, you know, that person? What's y'all thoughts on keeping or giving gifts back?
I'm gonna give it back. I'm gonna give it back.
You say you're gonna give it back?
Yeah, I can't. I mean, it also depends on the gift. Like, and like you said, Keenan, if it's able to be like a known thing that somebody gave it to me, like their initials on it or something like that. But it depends on the gift. But 9 times out of 10, I'm giving it back because I don't want no ties. I don't want you to hold nothing over my head. I don't want you to have no reason to hit me back up. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to get that back.
I'm not giving nothing back.
I wouldn't expect nothing back. Jay, go ahead, Princess. Go ahead, Princess.
No, I was like, first of all, I think that's lame on both ends. If I give you something, even if it's me, because I give gifts too, I'm not asking for what I gave you back.
Exactly.
I'm just now cars. Okay, like I feel like that's a little, you know, that's different. But as far as just gifts, like no, I'm not asking for it back. And even if you ask me for it back, you're not getting it back.
If it comes up like to where you like,
You're
oh
not.
yeah, I need that gift back, I'm definitely I'm giving it back. Just because like the fact that you have that to, I don't know, the fact that you're even bringing that up, like you said, Princess, you're not the type to throw nothing in people's face. If you do something, you do it out of kindness of your heart. But like nowadays, this day and age, people move different. I ain't got no ties. I ain't got time.
I'm not gonna ask for it back. However, we would have to be married for some of the gifts she was speaking on. Like, I'm not buying nobody a car that I'm not.
In a car is crazy.
Right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
She got 3 cars.
I'm
You gotta be dating a different type of person
to be getting those type of
to be
gifts.
getting a car anyway.
Hey, but look, the peep this though, Princess. I agree. Don't get it twisted. I agree with you. You dating a different type of person.
That's not your spouse. Yes.
Yeah. But you're wild. That's not where my mind went. But I'm with you now. But I'm not. My money. I'm not putting my money in no car to give to somebody unless we marry. I don't care what the agreement is. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Princess. I don't care what the agreement is, because the problem with cars is there's no way for that not to get messy, in my opinion. Because breakups to me are never really clean. You know what I'm saying? Like, I buy you a car, but I keep it in my name. Are you feeling the same way about it? You know what I'm saying? I buy you a car and it's in our name. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's too many with cars specifically. Yeah, nah, I'm good on that. Somebody said that conversation is not necessary, in my opinion. Opens up doors for more speculations that it still matter. I mean, yeah, larger gifts may be a problem, but not necessarily but what you mean? But not a necessity to talk about. Yeah. I just feel like people ask stupid ass questions thinking that they being real.
Thanks.
You don't want to know where that came from.
I was just about to say
Thank
that,
you.
bro. I
You don't
see
want to
it-
know where it came from.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
see-
You don't want to know where that came from. Cool
Yeah,
out.
me personally, I don't see a scenario where that conversation comes up. Like I'm in there getting dressed, putting a watch on, and you like, that's a nice watch. Who bought you that? Like, I don't understand how that conversation comes up. Because in
Right.
that moment, I bought it.
Insecure.
Yeah.
That's insecurities.
No, if you ask me, I'm gonna tell you. If
I'm like-
you
Like,
want to
why
jump
are you
like
asking
that,
though?
if you
Why
want
are
to jump
we
out there like that, I'm saying it. Like, oh, I mean, but because this is my thing. This is my thing. Like, we grown. You would be a fool to think everything that he or she has came from them. Come on,
Right.
man.
Mhm.
Come on,
But
man.
some
And this
people
is
will lie to keep the peace, though.
Facts.
if that's the thing.
Facts.
Because
Okay.
they already know if they say
The
such
truth.
such bought it, it's gonna spiral. Especially
Princess-
if they feel a certain way about the person's name that you say.
That's what I was just about to say, Princess. I think it determines on like how y'all relationship were. Like if that person is, you know, he got that bad, you know, he was doing his thing, and your man may not be there right now. He may feel a little insecure in those moments. Like I could buy you a bag, but I can't buy you this. I don't compare that stuff. Hey, look, he was so spectacular. You're not with him no more. You with me, so that don't matter.
well, my thing is this. Like, if you get emotional about a gift from somebody else, or you still stuck in your ex, and it's unless it's something that's like an engraved picture or something wild like that. Like if we talking purses, necklaces, not necklaces that got like dates and
Initials
stuff.
or
Yeah, nothing like that. If we talking stuff like that, it's like I get that. But if you asking me where I got this watch or this chain or this jacket, like if you getting your feelings about that, we got a bigger problem than anything else. Because I'm gonna be real, bro. I think we too old to be jealous over exes. That's just my opinion. Unless I'm tripping, but I think we too old for that now.
Yeah.
Everybody got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's something deeper that's the root of that question.
Yeah. And the thing is y'all love language gift giving? Like, do y'all give a lot of gifts? Ladies, I'm asking Champagne Prince. Do y'all give a lot of gifts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all probably got a different perspective because that's just like something y'all do. You know what I'm saying? Me. Oh, I want to say this.
No, don't know what you about to say.
Hey, come on, man. Come on, man.
I'm just saying, like,
it's not your love language, or you're not a gift giver.
I'm a gift giver. I don't necessarily need. Okay, I'll put it like this. If I peep that you like gifts, I'm a big gift giver. You know what I'm saying? But it's not necessarily something that I need. I'm appreciative of gifts. So somebody gifted me something and we're no longer together, 9 times out of it takes me effort to remember all my gifts sometimes because I'm not a person. I'm this type of gift. Like, get me the thing you heard me talking about. Don't get me the flashy thing that you think people will want to see you give me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, get me that. I'm using this as an example. That camera lens that we was talking about, and I'm grateful for through all my days. Asia, what up?
Hey.
What up, Asia?
Hey.
I'm like satisfied for the rest of my life. Don't be getting me flashy stuff for the world to look like, oh my gosh, she be putting on for him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My wife loves gifts, so she'll show them. But like, I'm mindful in the way I give my wife's gifts because as you get older, there's a lot of gifts that you can't keep. It may be an experience. It may be, you know, things that you can't take with you. So I don't know. As long as you ain't saying his name over and over, like, yeah, such and such used to. Yeah, when I was with, we used to give that. Then it's just like, okay, why you here? So Asia, you hopped in the fire. So we're talking about we know how you are. We know the app. We know. You know what I'm saying? Go back and check episode 1 something about the Apple Watch. But we're talking about, like, is it giving gifts back, keeping them? Is it ever appropriate how you handle them? Where they, you know, if it's important, would you be offended if he had a plethora of gifts that let's ask you that. Would you be offended if he had a plethora of gifts that he did not give back? He's not necessarily flaunting them, but he does have these gifts that he keeps.
You said
Like
a
sneakers. anything like
Yeah.
sneakers, clothes, jewelry,
Chains,
watches.
earrings, cologne.
Would you expect for him to give all them back?
No.
Would you ask?
For him to give them back? No, but I would definitely I would start replacing stuff.
But how would you know?
And why
I'm
I
saying,
gotta
like,
give
if-
it up
like, if
because
he-
you bought it. I'm
Like
sorry.
if he tells me, I wouldn't know, right? Unless unless he told me. And in that case, if all of a sudden I start picking up like, oh babe, I saw these pair of shoes, I thought about you. If I all of a sudden see a couple shirts that I feel like got your name on it, then lo and behold, out with the old, in with the new.
Right.
See, that's where you lost me, Asia. I'm not throwing my stuff away just because you bought something new.
Think about it.
I got two things now. Like I got
didn't say throw it
two.
away, mind you.
Hey, Brett.
What's up, Brick?
Hey,
What up, Britt? So I don't believe in that.
I still got, y'all know what I still got. Mind you.
vicious.
Hold on. Nah, I was told it's coming off my wrist ASAP. So it's not gonna be there.
Obedience.
Wow.
I love that.
Well, I mean, honestly,
You know what?
Asia, it's time.
Oh, it's been time.
So it doesn't even,
Honestly,
I'm actually
okay
for
with
it.
Same,
Fine.
same.
Nah. Hold on to the asset, hey. Hold on to it as long as you can, man. That ain't got nothing to do with it.
But that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't say like, you got to get rid of this because who bought you these? Who bought you these? Like that would be doing the most. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But if I see that you're clinging on to something, like for example, if I say like, oh, like I don't really like those shoes on you or something like that, and it's like, no, I can never get rid of these. She bought me those. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's where I have an issue.
You tripping good. The most I've ever kept was a pair of shoes. I wasn't really a jewelry guy until I got older. Everything else, I ain't gonna lie. Like when I moved to college, I just put in a little bag. When it's time, my mom moved, I was like, you can throw that, you know what I'm saying? Because I got a problem. To me, when I'm done with something, no matter what it is, I don't really be too much attached to that moment or things in that moment anymore. The shoes would have gotten going if they weren't just comfortable and I like them, but that's just stupid to throw those away. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But
nah. Go ahead.
do you think that your response would be different if you weren't so young and the gifts were better? I'm not trying to say that the gifts was trash, but
Yes,
I can imagine at
Yes,
the age they won't hitting on probably
And
that
see,
much.
that might be where I am.
So that was easier for you to put it in a bag and be like, hey, okay, yeah, Mom, you can go ahead and you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if I asked you this at this age and you were in a different space in life, like you weren't married, you would probably be like, yeah, no, I'm not about to put all that in a bag.
Yeah. So to your point, they won't like that. They want all the great, but like now, because Princess, I'm not an OD like gift person. Like I appreciate them, but I'm not like that's not what warms me up. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard enough for me to stop thinking about it, bro. You ain't gonna be worried about no gift where my mind at. You know what I'm saying? You
camera lens
away?
Like you gonna throw that camera lens away?
No, hell no. That's we talking money now. Whoa. We talking bread now. We ain't doing that.
Get him, Princess. Get him, Princess.
Hey, come on, man. Hey, look.
Like you gonna be like pose like she used to.
Say again. What Jay say?
Hey, I said you gonna be up there like pose like she used to. Yeah, that's right.
Nah. I ain't saying nothing. That ain't got nothing to do with it.
Bro.
I'm a lie about who gave that to me. But Princess, I'm just not an OD gift guy. There's some sentimental things that I would keep because it's like now at this age, granted, I know you said if I wasn't married, but I am, but like things that was gifted from my kids and stuff like that, I probably would. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So anything left on reneging gifts after you leave that person? All right. All right, man. So I don't even know how long Spin That been out. I really don't. I just want to say a disclaimer that from a summer bop perspective, It's a hit.
Yeah.
However, however, people are going absolutely crazy. People are saying like, "This is what has music has come to." Like, people will go for anything. Like, oh my god, when we were doing the watch party, people were like, "She should have opened up off that song alone." Like, I'm gonna say this: the first night, my wife heard "Spin That," and she was singing it. I was trying my best not to be a fan the first night I heard it, man. It's a good song, man. It's a good song. It's a good little summertime joke. You know what I mean?
It is.
People are just losing their mind. So the division in the culture comes from like, has music just become anything? Or why can't we just leave music, let music be music? And why do we have to dig so deep into what it means for the culture, where we're at now as people and X, Y, Z? So what's y'all thoughts on Spin That and the way people are ranting and raving about the way people are ranting and raving about
Is it the
where we're
scamming
at
that's
now?
getting people?
I don't
The
know.
lyric was "Where am I trapping?"
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
that's
hey,
been going on since the beginning of whatever.
Yeah,
Like, would y'all
that's
really be
facts.
in such an uproar?
Right.
It happens
yeah,
ever so often, I think. Like, for example, this
Like
is the same conversation we was having when WAP came out.
that.
Because
Right.
that it was a popping song of the time, and you had certain people that was like, "Oh, I love this song," and you had other people like, what are we singing about? Like, what
Hmm.
is
Yeah.
this? Is what?" And so I see both sides of it because I think the conversation is coming from two different types of people.
yeah.
And so I think like I can take the conversation. Like I love the discourse because I'm like, yeah, let's keep talking about this. It's great.
Also, if you're letting this song influence you, then that's a bigger conversation. We too old for that.
Agreed.
Facts.
I'm
Yeah,
too old for
but
that. I
that's
think
but
everybody on
there's
this call is too old for that.
correct. But however, we got to talk about who the song is being delivered to. It's being delivered to the masses. So you got a lot of like all of these songs. Most of them get popular from TikTok and all the things. Who is on that? The younger generation. So in their minds, scamming is a real thing. Boosting is a real thing. It's not. For us, I think we have different perspectives because we're into beats for real and like, oh, that's a bot for real. We can hear it for the summer and then let it go and bring it back every now and then. But I think for the younger generation, like under us, I don't even know what they're called. I think they really let them lyrics marinate in their brains and feel like they can kind of play on the words sometimes.
I agree, but I also feel like we had to decipher that at their ages as well.
I don't
This a
know
Music has
different
because
been
breed
music
out
in
here.
my eyes.
It's a different breed.
It
These new
is,
kids.
but
yeah,
I just think
But I agree.
the only thing I think is to I think Brittany, I think you just said about TikTok. Princess, I think the difference is like, and Asia said this about BET too. Like, we had to watch it one way. Like, we had to get it one way. It was usually supervised. Turn that off. What they talking about? You had to stay at 3 in the morning to watch Tip Drill. Like, it wasn't so easy. You know what I mean? The only thing I would say is we did a great job of like code switching at like 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll be the great respectful kid, and then you go turn on BT, it's getting crazy in the room. You come out sweating. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like now, people just don't leave it in music. I just think it's a good song. I think the only thing is with the times, it influences young people like far too long. Now, me, I think that's a parenting issue, to be real. Like, I hear you.
that's what I think.
Yeah, it like I hear all the influence. I hear a lot of kids listening to it. But let me tell you something. If my son was listening to something crazy and one day woke up the side like he from the trap, we going down there. We going down there. I mean, we gonna see. We gonna see. I'm gonna show you what you not. Stop, man. You know what I mean? I think that's a parenting thing. Like,
I
kids should
don't.
be. Go ahead.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
I
What?
agree. I agree. My thought on this, right, is and Princess, I'm along the same lines. Is like Kenny, you brought Tip Drill. Think about when we
Mm,
was listening to Tip Drill, and
man,
we had the music videos. I
boy.
Mhm.
don't like these are things that at the time was a little wild for us to be listening to. Like
It
it
was.
was very much wild for us to be listening to. But at the time, and I don't know about y'all, but I say it now sometimes. I'll be like, that's what we was listening to. Like I really, I
Mhm.
at that time, I don't think I registered I don't think I registered the lyrics at all when I was younger. Now I love lyrics, so I listen to the lyrics. Oh, okay, well some of us didn't listen to all the lyrics, Keenums. But I think like, so I don't know, like I think that I think it's a parenting thing, but I think there's always going to be, like, for example, there's sometimes I can listen to a summer bop, but I can guarantee you it's not on my playlist. But if I hear it, I hear it, but I'm not adding it to my playlist. That's not the type of music I choose to listen to, right? And that's on me. I curate what I listen to.
I agree on that. The only thing I would say the difference with tip drill, and I'm not being funny, I'm being honest right now. When we used to see tip drills, a wild video, it was a lot going on, right?
Credit cards, everything.
Yeah, but to us, that type of things did not seem accessible. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy, far crazy. Now every lady rapper got a BBL, and also the front desk clerk does too, because it's accessible now. You see what I'm saying? Like, once upon a time, the things we saw seemed like you had to be in certain environments or certain things to be able to see it. You know what I mean? Now it's like,
I understand.
It's like you see it, the kids see it, and then like I'm gonna say everyday people have these same enhancements. It's a real thing, and I'm like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like, if any of our teachers or any of our social workers was video vixens, we would not have known. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but Keenan, to your point, that's why I disagree with the whole parenting thing, because I feel like, yes, it does have to do with parenting, right? You can instill in your child all the things y'all know right from wrong. Y'all know y'all shouldn't be listening to these lyrics. Don't sing it out loud in my house. Whatever. However, it's still the fact that it's still accessible, the fact that these kids are still scrolling on TikTok, the fact that they're still gonna go out there and try it when you're not around, means that it's still, those lyrics are still marinating in their brain. And unfortunately, no matter how many times I drill things in my children, there will be a time when they may go out there and try whatever the lyric says, and that has nothing to do with my parenting. I didn't taught you everything you need to know. You made that decision, so here comes the consequence.
But I also feel like, so like the way I grew up, I couldn't listen to everything, right? Like, I get kids these days, they have a lot more access, but like in the car, in the house, like we were gospel, maybe a little Luther, but I was primarily gospel, right? So whatever I heard came from like my oldest sisters, or when I was at school, and then you had like the MySpace days or what have you. And so I feel like the same way, however way you get it, like these kids get it off of TikTok and social media, we got it through however we could get it, whoever had the burnt CD, whatever, but you still heard it. So I feel like either way, people are going to do what they want to do. But I also feel like the bigger question for me is like, what does that mean for music? Like, are we asking for people to cater to the youth and make it more palatable to them? Or are grown adults can still rap and sing like grown adults for grown adults? You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, at some point, I feel like people are asking grown adults to like kids bop their music. And I'm not even just talking about like Young Miami. I'm just talking about songs that may be sexual or whatever that's inappropriate for kids. It doesn't matter. They're going to hear it at some point. But I feel like, is the culture asking for people to just like totally kind of kids bop their music down because everything is so accessible now to kids?
Go ahead, Jay.
I don't think so on that. They add a few things. Asia, you're right. You can curate what you listen to, right? Everybody has that choice. Brittany, you said something very good too. As far as like, you can teach your kids all the values that you want to. When they're not around you, they're gonna do what they want to do. And if that music is louder than your voice, they may act on that. Well, people have to understand with this Young Miami song, right? It's relevant to what's going on right now. Like Brittany said, scamming and boost, that's what's going on right now. People think these are real careers. Like, this is what's really happening. So that's number one. And number two, when you're trying to make a hit song, all these people do is figure out what's popping right now. That's all it's about. Like you said, Sneak, this is a hit for the summer, right? That's all Miami was going for. It's about money in the bank.
I agree. You know, Jay, the only thing I'll say to you and Brittany's thing about parenting, I feel like a lot of time, and y'all, there's a lot of validity to what y'all saying. That their kids are their own selves, right? But it's like I also see a lot of parents just do what they had done to them. So like you don't even know if you're getting through to your kid for real. You just keep saying the same thing, doing the same thing, and you really not adjusting to making them see it. And why am I saying that? I'm on the other side when people away from their kids, right? And the ones that you could tell parents got sense of them, they are singing and cussing. But when it come down to it, they like, whoa, oh nah, I'm straight, bro. Like, nah, I can't get, you know what I mean? So like us, and I really think it's a millennial parent problem. And let me tell you what I think a lot of millennial parents do, and I catch myself doing it too. I'm guilty as well. We give kids what we think, what we think we should have gotten when we were younger, but we talk to them and do most of the same things in a different way. Like we might not be, hey, don't talk back while smacking them, but like you hold in your frustration to the point where you yelling on the third one. I be having to check myself, but the point I'm making is we typically do what we think is right, not what the kid needs. You know what I mean? Like if they've proven that they can't be trusted with their cell phone, and you talk to them and you give it back to them, what was the point of talking to them? If they've proven that they can't come home at curfew, you talk to them, but let them go back out. Why talk to them? You get what I'm saying? Like we be yapping a lot, yo. Whoopings are okay. Discipline is okay. Like it is. Now, granted, I ain't saying go beat your child till they can't move. Parental discretion. But disciplining your child is okay. It is. Because it's going to become too late. And when they telling you to shut up and slapping you and calling you all types of B's and H's, what you going to do then?
Bro, how did we get here?
Because with Young Miami, I think a lot of people say like, to Jay and Brittany's point, they're like, oh, well, kids are gonna do whatever. Yeah, but if you hear their door shut and they bump and spin that, and it's like, oh, turn that off, they just gonna put the headphones in. Like you gotta make sure that you have your child consuming what you want them to. It's not just a talk fest, is the point I was making. Like sometimes you gotta go to extreme measures because we're in extreme times in order to deflate the problem.
But I think too, Keenan, I love that. I love that you said that. I think you're absolutely right. We've all been young before, and I think that, because yes, you can monitor your kids all you want to. You can tell them not to whatever. Take the AirPods out, give me the phone. What, what what are we doing as parents, or even if you don't have kids, if you're around kids and you're a mentor for whatever reason, or a teacher, like what are we giving our kids as takeaways that they won't then go try it somewhere else? Because that still does not stop Billy from going to school at 7 a.m., playing or watching the said thing that you just took away from him. And now he's going to get it at 2-3 hours in wherever he's at and come back
Yeah.
home and still kind of reflect those same behaviors. So what I'm saying is that, like, we can't knock ourselves too much when it comes to parenting, because we can do all of those things, but some lessons are taught differently. Like yes, there's a fear that's instilled in me. Yeah, I was afraid to bring shame to my parents. I wasn't out here hunching. I was too afraid to walk them in here 16 years old pregnant, because I was gonna get thrown out. A whole bunch of stuff could have happened to me. Right? So that's the fear that made me not do it. That does not mean that Hottie Toddy Brittany was not intrigued by some of the stuff that came across my screen in high school. And that's just the reality of what it is.
I get that.
Yeah, I agree with everybody. And we also got to realize that even if they have restrictions on certain websites and this and that and the third, when they go to school, being a teacher, when they go to school, they're talking to their friends is giving them the same thing. Like they're telling them the same things. And it's starting young. It's starting younger than we can even think. Like because of the access.
Yeah.
But do you? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Princess.
I was gonna say, do you think because of that, some accountability also falls on the parents? Like from a listening perspective. Because you have some parents that's like, I don't listen to that type of music with my kids, but then some parents listening to everything with their kids. They're
Mm-hmm.
making videos on social media of their kids
Yeah.
singing the song. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
where also does the accountability? Because it's like, granted, all right, they might see it on TikTok or wherever or get it from a friend, but you are also feeding it to them
Right.
and dancing to, like, you know. So I just feel like there
Yeah.
also has to be some accountability there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the parents, my fault, my fault.
No,
I
you
think
good. Go ahead.
the parents don't necessarily realize like how adaptable their kids are sometimes. Like I feel like parents, I'm talking to like the younger of the babies because I work with first grade. So sometimes the parents they'll do whatever they want right in front of their kid and not know that their kid is picking up and watching everything they're doing. Like my students will come in and say the wildest things, and it's like you can tell that was from your grandmama, like saying that in front of you. But like, yeah, it's different, and I definitely think it ties into the parenting.
Before we go back to one more thing, I'm gonna say on Young Miami. But Chappelle, you just the point you made is the point I'm making. A parent actively doing it in front of them would always be worse than them just consuming it for their own thought. Like a kid
Yeah,
is going to
that's
adapt to
what I'm
that way quicker than if they're just in their room listening
Right.
to Young Miami.
saying.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like back to the point, you get on this kid, but you showing them those things all the time. But to stay on Young Miami, I also think the problem is like, people didn't think Young Miami was going to last without JT either. They thought she was going to run flat because JT was the rapper. The other part is Young Miami doesn't try to be anything she's not. Like I don't think she's going to come out with a love song. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not her. I think she's now in the space of, I forgot who said it. Quick hits, get out of there. As long as I can own summer 2026, I'm good until summer 2027. I'm gonna show my face. I'm gonna be pretty. I'm gonna get the endorsements. That's it. I don't think it should divide us, yo. If we're adults and we're just listening to music, like, bro, let's not, like, I'm not defending what she's glorifying, but if you're an adult and you think that influences you, I was about to say something mean. Talk to somebody.
Can I say this real quick? Last
Yeah.
thing though, I do think, because I've been reading kind of on the discourse, and I don't think that it's just about it influencing us. Like I think we're
Okay.
grown people. I also think that people have a problem because it's Young Miami, number one. And like what she has done, didn't do, silence she had, things that people thought she should have spoke up about. So I think there's some discourse around that too. Like, oh, we didn't forget, sis. Like, cool, good song. We still don't like you. I think there's also people that this is just not their type of music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that the discourse is just simply because of like the lyrics and that they think it's going to influence them to now become scammers. You know what I'm saying? It's like people been scamming forever. Influencers are scammers half the time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like this is not new, but I think it's more to it than that.
That's a great
I just want
point.
to say that.
That was a great point. That was a great point. Anything left on Young Miami? Spin that. We all here at Millennials West World are committed to not streaming Young Miami. Spin that.
I'm not.
No.
You're first, folks.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That's all good. I do, Asia.
It's
I
not
do
my
believe.
life, but I'm not.
I know. hey, I know. But Asia, I do believe she dropped the ball some places. But that's just a nice little song, man. All right, let's get into the topics of the night. What?
I'm weak.
Yeah, I know. Like what? All right, so I'm gonna play a video. So recently on TikTok, more specifically about run clubs, they have been going crazy about if run clubs are the new sex code, dating scenes, whatever. But this woman came out with a video that has a run club that we're gonna watch, and then we can get into the conversation of said thing.
Run clubs, sex codes, and I fear they're not wrong. Okay, Context. I started a run club 2.5 years ago, right? At first, when we started, we would do normal stuff. We would meet up in a park. We would warm up. We would go run 3 miles or 1.5, or you could walk because we welcome walkers too. And then we would come back. We would do our cool down, mix, mingle, socialize, and then we would go home. Somewhere along the way, I don't know when this happened. Whenever we would get back from our cool down, we would just get in a huddle, and everybody would just start taking their clothes off, and then it would just it just escalate from there. I don't know when that happened, but I feel like the reason that people are calling a run club a sex club or a sex code is because they want to come, literally and figuratively. But they feel like they're not in shape enough to be at the run club where we all be running and then we do whatever afterwards. But I promise you, we welcome anybody. Like, you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be afraid of if you're a walker or if your mile time is slow. Like, you could run a 15-minute mile. Your clothes gonna come off the same when we're done running. So I just feel like, stop being afraid of the run club, sex code, whatever, and just embrace it and just go. We run every Saturday at 10. So, yeah.
Girl.
Okay. So from there, that conversation ran into like, married people shouldn't be a part of run clubs. Don't show up by yourself. Like, it is a thing. It's not a thing. They're really on the prowl out there. So first, what's y'all initial thoughts to the video before we get into run clubs themselves?
Where y'all at that y'all taking y'all clothes off in the open? That y'all just, I mean, outside of you taking your shirt off and you got on a sports bra, like, y'all knew this was a sex club as well.
And what are y'all doing? Like, y'all are mixing bodily fluid, sweaty? Like, that's nasty. Ew. No.
Yeah, they got some other stuff going on.
Yeah.
It's just some freaks that like to run. That's all. Say that. Y'all into that.
Yeah.
That's not all run clubs though.
Yeah, it's definitely not all run clubs.
So is that
in the bush?
to that extent, no, it's not. However, appreciate everybody tapping in right now, man. Make sure you like the stream. To that extent, it's not. But I've seen a lot of people go to run clubs. It doesn't go there, but like, that's their little social mingling. That's where they trying to find that at. Not necessarily the day of. That thing what she said, that's nasty. But hey, if that's how you get down, I'm not judging. But I do believe most things present as a common interest and lead to some type of interaction or dating or something like that, like the run club. And then you'll have like coffee meetups, or you'll have like, you know what I'm saying, like all those different things, bro. Come on, man. You put men and women in the same place for long enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, in my opinion, that's a good thing though.
I
you
agree.
Find another person who has like if you're both like working out or whatever, y'all in a run club, y'all have mutual interests. I'm attracted to you, you're attracted to me. Now we start going on dates and now we're a couple. Cool. That's different than the mess she was talking about. I encourage that. That's a genuine way to meet somebody.
Yeah, I'd rather meet a man on a rum club than in a club.
Hey, look, anywhere but church nowadays. I'm telling you. Anywhere but church nowadays. I'm telling you, church. I said this at the pod party. Church ain't got a little reckless, man. This, you want like, yo.
First it was church. Now
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. No,
first of all, go and say it, man. Say it.
Anywhere but church is crazy.
Because you want to know why? I feel like a lot of people, again, go to church presenting as one thing and not really being that. And church has a lot. I'm not going to that. I'm not talking about that.
But they do it. They do it run clubs too, Keenan.
They do it
I agree.
Like they got people start getting the whole full on workout gear, knowing daggone well they ain't run a day in their life, just trying to find their person or something like that. I've definitely seen posts about that.
Yeah,
I agree. I'm not disagreeing, Asia. I'm not. I just think,
I'm just saying it happens in different settings. That's all. I don't think it's isolated to the church. That's all.
I don't think it's isolated to the church. I just really have a problem. This is a personal thing. When people present one way in that specific environment, but you're really there for another reason. You could in a run club that's not really tied to, God. You know what I mean? But if you go into these environments acting, presenting one way, and I'm speaking specifically for church, but your goal or your mentality or your motivation, I ain't gonna say malice, but it's different. Like that's where my problem come in more so than like me saying that it doesn't happen in different places. That's not what I'm saying. And those things do happen everywhere. But I think for me, it's a little different when you're trying to lead with, your religion or your spirituality, but you really here to be praying on people and not for people.
All of it is weird.
Say again.
All of it is weird. It don't matter
Yeah.
if it's in the church or the run club, the book club, the whatever club. It's weird. Weird energy.
Yeah.
Somebody said you go to church and get an abusive husband. Good gracious.
Dang.
Oh.
What
I
I
don't.
will say, I do
Mhm.
agree though with Princess earlier point. Like, I do think that it's a good thing, especially to be honest, like that's what we usually tell people, like when they're trying to socialize, when they're trying to find community, we usually say like go to places where those folks are, right? Or where that community is already established.
Mhm.
Especially post COVID. Like I know it's been some years, but I think so many people were isolated during that time that it became very, very difficult to find community. And we talk about this so often. Making friends as an adult is really, really hard.
It is.
And so I think like book clubs, even different meetups, like there's like even now like it's like R&B meetups, like there are different type of meetups that are happening in different spaces. I think run clubs is just a newer way of doing that, but I think in spaces to what the video's talking about, also to what Princess said, like Shorty should have just said it from jump, like we are sex positive folks that also enjoy working out and also enjoy doing things in public spaces with people without showering and like not really being
Yeah.
hygienic. Like she
Without
should have led
showering,
that.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
Like
She
that's
she should
also
have said that.
stuttered at the beginning too.
It said sex
She did
instead
on
of
She said
run.
purpose.
run club.
Yeah.
Girl,
That's why I feel like it was rehearsed.
It was. She knew
I
what she was
think
doing.
people just freaky, man. People
Yeah.
just freaky, man.
Cause I seen a similar video where they literally started the exact same way. But they didn't end with saying like the sex cult and everything like that. But it started when I went to run club. Like that's exactly how it started.
it's one of
I
them
just been,
videos.
I just been seeing. Y'all know that little Michael Jackson trend that's going on right now. It be like reaching out, and you go somewhere else. I just been
Yeah.
seeing all these like
Mhm.
all these little like husbands going to a sex club, and it be like when you're a husband going to a sex club, and it be like don't go, and they had them laying back down on the couch when they switch out because it get reckless, man. It get reckless, man. I ain't why I want to go. This gonna sound crazy. Like if you really into running, who want to be dog tired in front of people you don't know? Being tired is like an ugly look, man. When you like tired for real, in real life, you ain't cute, yo. Like you all
But when
red
you
and burning and huffing and puffing.
when you're into that though, that may be a turn on.
But
Yeah.
person, I'm not talking about when you in shape and you tired. I'm talking about when you try to get there and you just showed up and
You
you ain't
breathe,
all the
hey,
way
hey,
where they at.
Bruh.
Yeah, you not gonna get
you
picked,
breathing
man.
hard.
Yeah,
You
you
breathing
ain't
hard
gonna
and
get
taking your
picked, man.
pants off.
Nah,
Nah,
man.
bro.
You can't be out
But
there
I
cramping.
do. But shout out to all the people that are actually getting into like run club and fitness stuff like that because they really are trying. Because body
Mhm.
doubling is a thing, right? Like sometimes we do need to be in space with other people to get us motivated. So like shout out
Mhm,
to the people that's doing it for real.
mhm,
Also, I would also like to say it sounds like the video that we watched that was marketing, but trying to do it to the masses so that the people that are interested in that, they're
mhm.
not going to be interested in that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like that was clear on marketing, but we don't want to get our marketing shut down. So our tribe will find this type of energy. But
Mhm.
it was
Mhm.
I hope people not that freaky, man.
interesting.
Sweaty is different. That's different.
Yeah,
Now you
yeah.
know people.
There's definitely people,
Right, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Sweaty. And then random sweaty. Random
Yeah, like
sweaty?
what?
Come on, man.
She
No.
said, I
Put
don't
that,
know
put
how
that
it
thing
happened.
away,
We went
man.
from a huddle to being naked. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
crazy.
Put
Hey,
the
but
thing away.
I'm not gonna speak too much more on that part. I'm not because I mean I ain't judging no book by its cover, but she do like one of them ones, man. That be you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That be
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, yeah, she probably
Do y'all think that like the dating culture itself is being tainted? Because how do single
Mhm.
folks now know how to even maneuver this type of thing? Like, what if you are really into running? What if you are really into books? What if you like music, social club, whatever, and you go to these things, and then all of a sudden it's like, just kidding, want to have a threesome? Like, no, I don't. I came here to find a partner.
But that's the point I think Princess was making earlier. If you put it out there and allow people to make the decision about that's what they into, people who really are into that can show up for that. You know what I mean? But like if it's a situation where it's a book club and it's a true book club, like, hey, there's parameters, like we don't do this, there's no exchanging of numbers during these out, like whatever, you know what I mean? Like if you're really about that, you can set parameters or set expectations that let people know like this is strictly a book club. If y'all hit it off outside of this, that's cool, but during these hours, that's not what we doing. To Princess's point, if you say like we like to be hot, nasty, and sweating and then get naked, and you allow people to make that decision, you know what you're showing up to.
Yeah, I just hope that they are leading with that. Because I would hate for someone to genuinely come and then at the end of the workout, they, start taking their clothes off and such. And I just don't want anybody to seriously like be in an uncomfortable situation or something happens to somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
For
real.
This why you gotta. This is why you gotta follow people that you know are a part of. For me, you should not go anywhere like blind. Like you should be doing some type of homework because, for example, if you show up to like wherever she's at, that video is gonna pop up. You would likely see that video and be like, yeah, I'm not going to that one. Especially because there's so many like run clubs, there's so many book clubs, there's so many. Like you should be doing your due diligence of scoping out the internet before you be going to these places. Don't go nowhere. I'm spontaneous, but I'm not that spontaneous. I'm
what would y'all do? What would y'all do if y'all go with a friend? Like the friend is in the run club, and they invite you, and you get there, the run is over, and they're like, "Hey man, you might want to get out of here right now."
They're like, "Hey, no, what if they don't tell you to get out of there?"
Hey Jay, it makes you judge it more if they say like, "Hey, get out right now, go ahead and go," and you just see like. I imagine like y'all know how them scary movies be having that field, like people way deep in the field in a circle, and you walking off and you just see everybody street like, oh, bro, I would judge my friend because you went to that weekly. Like you ain't doing this on no spontaneous. Like you come here every day and just get sweaty and nasty, man. Come on, man.
And running back to
my friend better get me hip. I'm playing.
Hey, what would y'all do? There's like
laughing with these people the whole time,
right,
like breathing all heavy, and then tell me to leave. I'm mad at you.
Right. How many hands did I shake? How many hands did I touch?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Let me stop. Because I just imagine like people sizing you up because they think you with it because you done came with this person.
Right.
Facts.
Right.
You gotta, hey, bro, we gotta fight, bro. Don't take me to no shit like that. We gotta fight, bro. Like because honestly, we not friends no more. Cause think about it. Never mind.
But they already
you fighting right there, or you fighting when you leave?
Yeah, he already naked. You gonna fight him right
think
there?
About it.
You gonna fight him right there naked?
Oh my God.
Nah, I'm walking away and I'm seeing all them get naked. I mean, think about it though, Champagne. Think about it though.
How did we get here?
Yeah, it's wild.
Asian Princess, bye. Y'all done said y'all both did that same thing, bye. But just think about it though. What judgment will go through your mind if, like, as you walking away, you just start seeing them like, oh, you ain't gonna go down there and ask no questions?
No.
You ain't gonna run back down there and be like, oh.
No.
No.
I'm telling you.
No.
I'm gonna definitely need to debrief with my friend though, because why did you bring me here?
Why
did you even get introduced to this club?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me? I have so many questions that I will need answers to though.
So many questions.
How close are we? Because apparently you left out a lot of details.
Everybody out there in socks and sneakers, man.
Dang.
Socks and sneakers.
You wow, bro. You wow.
That's it.
All right. So the next topic of the night came from an Uber driver, a woman Uber driver over the weekend, well, over like late last week when I went outside of town about guys. So she had a genuine question for me, for me and my bros in the car, and she was. I hope you don't see this, but she was a headache from what she explained. Okay, and she asked us like, are women like me really that hard to be with? I was silent. Other people answered. You got me? And I said, and then it got into the conversation of like, Do y'all believe that men are, in this era of damn, we lost him. It was good while it lasted. It would like, do men choose peace, or they're like just choosing the first resistance they see, let me get up out of here? Or do you think a lot of guys now, because they have the opportunity of choice, are choosing like peace of mind? Or is it just like, I don't want to work, I'm good, I'm out of here?
Mm,
I'm over here by myself right when this happened.
yeah, I don't know.
What is the direct question?
Yeah, I
Do
need a little bit
when
more
guys
context.
when a lot is happening, a lot of men are saying right now they're in their I'm choosing
Dang, I
peace,
can't.
right? But
Soft got error. That's what you're talking about.
no, I don't know. I don't know. They say they're choosing peace, or are they just trying not to work with anybody to work through anything? So are they choosing the easy route out, like by saying like, you know what, I'm good, I'm out of here because I don't feel like dealing with you? Or are they truly choosing peace over people that's difficult to be with?
Oh, I see.
Mm,
I want to
does
say
it-
choosing peace, but go ahead, Asia.
You said what?
I
I
said
couldn't
I want
hear.
to say they're choosing peace, but what were you about to say, Asia?
No, I wasn't about to say nothing. That
Oh, that
wasn't
was
me.
Oh,
me. That was me.
oh,
I was about
sorry.
to. I I I want to say it. Does it depend? Like this is a real question for you, Keenan. I guess you're the only man up here. Like, does it depend? Does it depend on your relationship with that woman? Because I think, like, are we bending rules and like overlooking certain things? Yeah, she a headache for real, but I can deal with it. So I'm gonna pick and choose when the piece needs to come in, or is it like I don't really like her? Or there's other options. Let me just choose peace and walk away.
So this is tough. I feel like some people have been groomed into bigger headaches than they know, that they don't know that they're that big of a headache to deal with. It's different if you are a headache and you know it and you're working on it, versus
Mhm.
like you a low-key terrorizer and you a headache. And it's like, I'm not, if I'm, triggering this, if I'm part of the reason why, if I'm engaging in back and forth in it, that's one thing. But if you just like straight up terrorizing and like you don't know that you doing that, and it ain't, and the bang ain't worth, you know what I'm saying? The juice ain't worth the squeeze. Nah, like we gotta go. I think now the only mutual ground is like if both people are self-aware. Like, so if I'm self-aware about what I come with, you're self-aware, you do some things. I give you an example. Princess, you remember when we was in DC 2 years ago in Hill Prince, right? The episode we shot in there.
Mm-hmm.
And Princess was like, I know how I can get sometimes. Like, and he knows how to do it, but I know how I can get. That's different from getting like that and acting like it's somebody else's fault.
Right.
I'm like, hey, oh yeah, nah, I'm
But
gone.
do you think that, like, let's say sis didn't know, right? Like there is no self-awareness at all,
I'm
whatever.
going for that reason.
Right. And that's okay. But do you then tell her that to make her self-aware, or to let her know like, hey, yo, you something wrong with you. You gotta go. Cause if you're not telling her anything and she's not realizing that, how many more, other opportunities are gonna come by her way where she really doesn't think she's a problem. She hasn't heard it.
Mm.
I'm an ass, man. Are you aware that you get like this? Like, are you aware of this, or like something, or something I did you believe caused this? You know what I mean? Because this is the thing. It's two types of arguments for guys. It's the ones that you about to come into, and it's the ones don't got nothing to do with you. Like something that happened to her and you catching this heat. You know what I'm saying? Then the other arguments, like you already know what's up when you already know what's about to happen when this come up. Okay, cool. And it's a mutual understanding that we have a disagreement and we about to try to figure it out. But if I'm like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't know what person I'm gonna get, and we not beefing, that's problematic to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, hold up. Like, I'll listen to your day, but don't be firing off on me.
Yep.
Oh no. And in the specific story I'm talking about, she was just doing too much. Like they would be apart. She's calling 6, 7, 8, 9 times when he's trying to decompress. You know what I mean? From her, there wasn't like cheating on either side. It wasn't no trust issue. But like she just said, like, you know, she felt like they should be in the room, and he felt like he needed space. I can't, you know,
Like
I
in the
didn't get
same
in.
house?
You know,
What's she
honestly, she
saying?
didn't tell me that. She didn't tell
Okay.
me that because this was all in passing. But my
Mhm.
thing is just like, I did say to him, like, hey, you do. It just seemed like you a tad bit of a headache. I don't know, bro. He could have been one too,
Mhm.
but like, we too old to be calling. I think she was 28. Like, don't be calling me 7 times if you know where I'm at. If I say like, hey, I need a moment, I'm about to go on the balcony, or I'm about to go down the street, I'm about to go to a run club real quick. Don't be calling me over and over and over and over and over when you know where I'm at. Don't do that.
Mm.
Absolutely not.
What you mean? What you mean? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
You at a run club, nigga. I'm blowing your phone up because you not about to be
I'm talking
running.
about the ones like where people like the what?
Oh,
What's none of that stuff, young lady? Not talking about that. Come on, man.
My mind went to the same thing. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. I was trolling. I just think it's uncomfortable. I think it's uncomfortable when I'm about to get crucified. Come by here by myself. I just think it's uncomfortable when some women, hear about themselves. I think it's uncomfortable, and that's happening more and more sometimes. And I just think it gets uncomfortable
How you think it is on the other side of that too?
with guys.
Mm-hmm.
Most of us done heard about ourselves before we done met you.
You think so?
That don't mean y'all are receptive to it either.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. But I think I get modern culture, some modern dating culture somewhat. But where we came up at, a lot of guys were pursuing more. So you heard more feedback a lot more often than a woman heard.
I would agree.
So
I have an unpopular opinion.
go ahead. What up, Rob?
I would say I just had a conversation with somebody about this, and we both agreed that we believe that it's a large amount of women who are a lot more insufferable than what they know that they are.
I bet you I know who you was talking to. I bet you I know who you was talking to. I ain't gonna say it, but I shout out to you.
And I know, it's kind of like ouch coming from a woman, but I really, because sometimes you hear stories about how people just act in their relationships, and it's like, yeah, I see why he don't like you.
Yeah.
You are batshit crazy and annoying as fuck. Like, there's a reason.
Yep.
But like nobody's just gonna outright tell you that, or maybe he hasn't said it in that way. But like I do find that to be true, or I believe that to be true.
Thank you so much, princess. Thank you so much. Thank you. So
Don't
much.
clip that.
I'm not. Hey, well,
you know what
well,
I think
StreamYard may do it. I gotta do it. That.
But you know what I think is not helpful in that case though, Princess? I don't think, and I've said this before, I don't think it's helpful when like sometimes men, they think it's cute in the beginning because they say I like a little crazy, or they entertain it in the beginning, and they coddle that until it's aimed at them for far too long. And then it's like like now you're doing too much. Oh, you being emotional. Oh, da da da. And it's like she's actually been that way since day one. You thought it was cute. You thought she would, settle down or whatever, and she would calm down a little bit once she got what she wanted in terms of like when you were providing or you were being the good guy for her. And it's like now she's still blowing your phone up. Nope, she's still checking on you all the time. Nope, she's still cutting up. And it's like you coddled that also.
I agree. And you know one thing I'll say to this.
Well.
Oh man, I'm about to. I wish Jay was up here so I had a little backup, but I ain't got no backup. But I'm cool. I'm with it. You know the other part about that is I think in Asia. I think you said this a long time ago. How we have to we got to take another look at how we view singleness. Like there's nothing wrong with being single in areas of your life. And true singleness, just enjoying being single, knowing how to be by yourself. However, it needs to be a time limit that people don't go without interaction with the opposite sex or whoever they're interested in. Because too much of that, you really have nobody checking your ways or having a gauge of like how far in the dump you've gotten into those things. You get what I'm saying? And I think sometimes when people go back into the scene, they've been so disconnected for so long from just genuine human interaction on that level where like you just readjusting to the scene, but it's coming off a certain way because you ain't dealt with nobody in 8 years. And it's like, whoa, you should be dealing with somebody. I don't care if it's a roster. I don't care if it's we go to lunch every Friday and it is what it is. But like, you may not be with that person, but having some type of, you know what I'm saying? Like people be staying single for too long, and they justify their ways because ain't nobody there to tell them like, hey man, you lunching good, chill out.
You don't
And
think
that's
that
what,
shows up in their friendships
that's
along the way though?
it's not the
Like
same.
yeah.
no. I hear that. I don't think it's the same. But in my mind, I'm like, I think a needy person in a relationship is also a needy person in friendships. I think it shows up differently, but I think that there's some things that show up similar.
And it's also a matter of if you got yes men around you or if you got people that's actually going to tell you and have those tough
Yeah.
conversations.
Right.
Because those tough conversations is what either makes or breaks your growth.
But you got to be with somebody to have a tough conversation about something. Like what we having a tough conversation with if you ain't asking about what you think about this. You get what I'm saying?
I agree with what both of y'all are saying, but I'm connecting more to Asia's point because with me being single, I've learned a lot from the surrounding relationships like around me and my friends and everything more than I would have or more than I have learned in my previous relationships, I would say. Like about myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's friendships.
Rhetorical question, but like you also, how long have you been in that single, which is my point. Like I'm not saying you can't be single, but I'm talking about the people, and it's okay if you decide to pour into your career to the point where that's the only thing that matters for the next 10 years. If you decide that this is what I want, that's okay. However, that comes with things when you decide to start dating again because you've decided to focus on this. And the point I'm making is so many people at our big age make a decision to focus on one thing, and then when they decide to shift their focus and it's not what they thought, it's like, oh nah, they tripping over here. It's not for me. No, you're a headache because you haven't had to deal with nobody on this level in a long time.
I agree, Keenan, but I also think that it has a lot to do with self-work for real. Because like it's a personality flaw. It don't matter if you talk to somebody during your single phase or you really focus on your career for real. If you're rude, you're gonna be rude before and after. And if you don't want to change your rudeness, like that's a personality flaw that only you are in control of that. So I agree with what you're saying in terms of how to like deal with people and like conflict resolution and what that looks like. But the other part of that is if I have an attitude or if I'm naturally like sharp tongue, it don't matter if I'm single for 10 years or 2 days. I'm still gonna have a sharp tongue because that's the part of my personality and who I am. I have to want to change that.
Not you specifically. It's somebody that'll shut that up. There's somebody that'll shut that up. I'm telling you, people. To your point, it does have to come down to you. I'm not talking about you personally. What I'm saying is like, you ever heard this joint? Like everybody think they Billy Badass till they meet Billy Badass.
Yeah.
Everybody think they tongue sharp till they meet somebody with a real sharp tongue and they done gutted you out. And now you're like, damn. Yeah. Is that
Yeah,
what it
no,
feels
I
like?
agree. I agree, but what I'm saying is that I don't think it has anything to do with the time frame. Like I think people can be single for 10 years or 2 days and still have that personality flaw, but it's not until like you said, meeting the right person that can pull that up out of you or however. Or and B, like you wanting to actually change that because the new partner is like, yo, I really don't like blah blah blah. You really invested in him, like, yeah, I might work on my tongue a little bit. All right, I might because I like you for real. And that's one of those things that can come at any point. It doesn't matter how long you're single.
Yeah, I agree with both of y'all. But to your point, Britt, when you said self-work, I think two things can be true at once. Like somebody can choose to work on their career solely for 10 years or 8 years, however long, but like are you developing as an individual as well? Not professionally, but like personally, spiritually, like are you developing in those areas as well? Because if you are, then when you do start a new relationship, you're going to show up differently.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
But some
Right.
people are just so into their career or so into whatever it is that they're focused on at the moment that they're not doing the self work. Like you said, Britt, like they were rude then, they're gonna be rude now, like because they have not done the work.
Yeah. And the other thing I would say to that, as the only guy, and I'm just speaking from a guy's perspective, if you are doing work on yourself and you know yourself, you do get to a point like certain things, like I feel like I don't got to deal with that. You ain't got to be mean about it. You ain't got to treat people mean, but it's like, hey, bro, I ain't got to deal with that for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to subject myself to certain things. And I think for so long, please do not hit me, but I gotta be real. For so long, that thing was enough. So it's like people would subject themselves to all type of stuff because they were getting that thing. You know what I mean? And like, it's way too open nowadays, so people don't have the same like secrecy behind the thing that they're getting because they feel like they can go to a run club and go get some more. You know what I'm saying? So the point I'm making is, as that culture has like found its way into the dating scene, it's like, damn, like it's harder to deal with something because your mind instantly will go to like, do I gotta be dealing with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. And some people bat it crazy for real.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah.
I can't even get my story. All right. So before we get into fair foul, we have one podcast recap question that sent this, and let me say it was not me. All right. So as you know, in May, we had a podcast party, and we just, from time to time review certain things that were said. In this specific one, somebody on the stage said, at 30, does men value, well, I'm asking, but what was said was at 30, men's value increase while woman's value starts to decrease. And needless to say, there was a lot of opinions on that. But we're bringing it here to the pod to ask, like, what are y'all thoughts on, is there an age where you feel like values start to shift? I'm not putting the gender on which one. Boy, that was scary to say.
Can I ask why they said that about men?
So I'm paraphrasing, but essentially, like, men catch their groove. Like, careers typically start going like this. You kind of find out who you are. Start peaking physically, and then on the other end, like women, they run into the issue potentially about, like, they start worrying about their biological clocks, and the careers they have to choose a career, things like that. So essentially we're saying, like, well, men are gaining value in that sense and women are losing value because there's a lot more issues that start to come the older they get. What up, man? What up?
I think that I would say,
I can't wait to hear this. She think about it too.
no, I think honestly, I would say that it depends, to be real, if the woman has kids or not.
So they do, if they lose value if they do, or they don't lose value if they do?
I think if they do, by society standards, then yes. This is a podcast topic that I keep hearing about. But I think the only argument that I would have is that if a woman does not have, and I'm not saying that the other side is right, but if a woman does not have kids, I don't really see where the man's would increase. Because I hear the argument where it's like, even if a man does have kids and a woman has kids, like they would still say that a man increases while the woman values decreases.
Yeah.
Even if they both have kids. But even if a man does have kids and he's increasing, if a woman doesn't have kids, I don't really see how the man would be ahead.
I just don't like the word value. I think that's where I really get stuck. You know what I'm saying? Because I will be real and say this. I think, God forbid, Earth 99, if me and my wife split, she would have a harder time reestablishing herself to society than I would, to that point that you just made, Princess. Like, if I said I'm divorced with 2 kids, it will hit more if a woman says I'm divorced with 2 kids. You know what I mean? Especially at our age, right? I just think that there is, boy, I'm the only guy up here. There is some validity to, how can I say this, man? Because I think I ain't trying to be super like deep, but it really makes sense. Like, you know how women mature sooner than guys?
Mhm.
It's almost like it plays against them as we get older because we tend to hit our psychological, mental, and emotional peaks around 30. You all may be coming on the back end of something that you've already known, established, and worked through. You know what I mean? So like mentality starts to change, what's valuable start to change. And back to like when you were a kid, women go through things at their late, guys do too. But ladies go through things in their later stages of life that guys simply don't have to go through. You know what I mean? So value is where I kind of get stuck. It's like I ain't gonna call somebody not as valuable. I think we just deal with less shit as we get older. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
Men are dealing with less shit.
We tend to want to deal with less as we get older. And sometimes depending on kids, no kids really don't matter. Like sometimes naturally more things happen to a woman during that time frame.
Mhm.
Asia,
think
Brittany,
that's
Chappelle. Oh, go ahead.
I think that's a good point. I also don't like the word value because I feel like it's a lose-lose whether you go with it or you don't. But
Mhm.
I get your point. Like I feel like women do when the older we get, the more, like things that do tack on and we do have to deal with. But on the back end of that, I feel like you said, men do as well. I see the point where you're like, okay, men come into their jobs, like, they start to get the houses, this and that and the third.
Manya.
Okay, but we doing the same things, like, we pushing in them same fields, so biologically, okay, yes, I get it, but I guess on a different type standard, like I feel like it's kind of even. But again, I don't like the value word either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Values
Okay.
not harsh.
I
Yeah,
think I think I think a couple things. I think that society requires or puts too much pressure on women.
agreed.
Uh and that's why we're even having this conversation in terms of values increase or whatever, because it's already to let can I share my opinion without
I
you
didn't say
getting
nothing. I didn't
pessimistic?
say nothing.
Don't rub your eyes too hard.
I'm
Okay.
tired.
Anyway, God, Lee, you made me lose my train. Oh, and then
Okay. I ain't
the
even
other
say nothing
point,
this time, y'all.
the, the other point that I was trying to make was I do think that it depends on the person, and I say that because as we get older, I see what 30, right? It's not really about value for real. It's about what we prioritize as human beings. So
Mm,
like Shapay just brought up financial stability, and then there's like the confidence. I heard Keenan say emotional intelligence and like all those things, like, but if you don't prioritize those things for real, then you don't, where does the value really lie, in which area? Because
right.
somebody could be up here with emotional intelligence, somebody can be up here with stability, but it's like if I don't value that and I view it down here, then yeah, you're losing value in my eyes. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this question phrase unpopular opinion, period, because I just think it depends on the person and what they view as
Valuable.
values.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I would say to what the point Chappelle made that I think we're running into that we don't want to acknowledge. Like Chappelle spoke on like careers and jobs kind of being the same. There's women out here grinding and things like that. Yes, get your bread, do your thing. But I think the only real transition that we're going through in real time is that I think for like the last like 4 or 5 years, women try to take on a guy's mentality to do those things. And I don't think it's working out in the sense in which they thought it would. You get what I'm saying? I'm not
Yeah.
talking about a guy's mentality as far as elevating. I'm not saying that, but like there was this this video I saw, and it was stupid, but I get the point she was making. And she was basically saying, like, if you met a guy and he said, put me into my masculine, how would you react? If you said, if you met a guy, he was like, yeah, I'll be masculine for the right woman, but you need to put me in my masculine. Okay. Well, so the point she was making was like both parties should come as they are. There's nobody trying to be put into, no woman should be trying to be put into their femininity. No guy is supposed to be put into his masculinity. You should come as you are. And if you all work out, cool. And if you don't, you don't, right? But we play a lot of these games about like, oh, well, I'll do it for the right guy and I'm feminine when I need to be, and this, that, and the third. There are some women that are perfect partners that don't have a lot of feminine traits about them. That's just not who they are. But it's not a knock on them. You know what I mean? So like, the point I'm making is like when the game try to change and women try to take tactics from guys, like you're not a guy. Be a woman, do your thing. Has nothing to do with the careers and the success women get. They deserve all that. But like in the world that we're talking about, like come as you are. Don't try to prove these other points because again, society is putting pressure for these, you know, equivalent lanes that don't have to be. Like I'm a guy, you're a woman. Like we're not meant to do the same things.
I agree. Give an example of like what you mean, because I'm
okay.
I'm relating more to what Brittany said, where society does put a lot of pressure on women, which is why we feel the need to check off so many of our own boxes. Like
I can't because I'm not a woman. I'm really not saying that society has never put pressure on you all. I'm not taking away from that point. Man, I don't want to say because I don't want to use it because I don't want
example first.
I know, but I don't want it to be watered down. I think an example of
authenticity, entertainment.
Women should be able to do whatever they want, right? Who they want, when they want, how they want, right? But in reality, if a woman does that, you know, it's cool when a guy does it. It's bad if she does it. If a woman does that for the same amount of time as a guy that does that, like the impact to her is far different than the impact to him. And I'm not saying both parties shouldn't protect themselves. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you opt to go do that, naturally the impact on you is going to be more than the impact on me. Right. But, you know, we're in a space where it's like we try to create, you know, get rid of, you know, every double standard, every gender role, everything. But some people ain't meant to do that. If that's not you, you shouldn't be out in the streets like that. If that's who you are, cool. Somebody gonna love it. But if that's not you, stop trying to be cool and jumping out there. And now you got 120 miles on that Honda. You know what I'm saying? Chill, man. You know what I'm saying? Because some cars ain't meant to have 120.
Okay, so outside of getting to the business, as it relates to the put me in my feminine era, put me in my masculine era, whatever you said, what's an example of that outside of sex?
Would you ever date a guy that you felt like couldn't protect you?
No.
When you meet a guy, do you still try to be exactly who you are when you're single, meaning you have to unlearn doing that thing because you do it for yourself?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
But
I think the issue is saying it.
Saying what part?
Like the example that you gave when you said, how would you feel about a guy who said, what you say, put me in my masculine era or whatever you said. I think that's really the thing that's cringe for me.
But because I think my point is women say it though.
We call it a double standard. It's cringe to me.
Got you. Okay.
If a man said, put me in my mat, you should already be in whatever masculine era you need to be.
I agree.
To date me.
Right.
Put that.
I agree.
But I'm also like, I feel like when you hear women say that, like, put me in my feminine, whatever, or soft girl, whatever, I think for a woman who's of a certain age, who's taking care of herself, there are some things that she's doing that is quote unquote masculine that she's doing because she does not have a choice to do.
Right.
And Princess, the point I'm making to you is we have to get to a place that I agree. But when you identify the partner that's willing to fulfill that without asking, there's a lot of combativeness in that moment. So what I'm saying is you are right. There are things going on that you all have to do solely because you have to do it. But I think the problem that I'm trying to say is you meet Mr. Wonderful. He's willing to do all those things. And now I'm battling, trying to get you to stop. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the point I'm making.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I think that boils down to like readiness and self, like Britt, what you say, self work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like if you know you're doing certain things because you have to, like if you're not ready to get into that relationship, you're not ready to let certain traits and stuff like that go, then that's going to be a problem in and of itself. But like
Yeah.
if I'm going into a relationship with the mindset of, okay, this is going to be my man, he's going to be a leader, I'm naturally going to want certain things to fall off, like
I've seen more resistance in those moments than openness, is what I'll say. I'm waiting for Asia to come off mute and say, let me say this real quick.
I was just listening, taking it in. I think to this last point, in all fairness, I think I would be more curious as to why that's happening, right? Because
Mhm.
I agree. I think sometimes, like for example, I'll even use me as an example. I think being with somebody who is a leader and is all of the things, right? For me, I can't say that I'm combative, but I find myself being like, "Are you sure? Are you
Mhm.
sure? No, no, no,
mhm
no, like I got it. I got it. Like, don't worry, don't worry. My thing
mhm
is, and I say this quite often, he'll tell you, I'm like, let me contribute. Let me contribute. And a lot of it, actually, we were having a conversation recently, and I said, because for me, I think I have tied my identity. I don't want to lose the part of my identity that it's like, I don't want to get into the realm of like hmm, this parent-child dynamic, because I've seen that happen where
mm
it's like well, can I? Well, okay, well,
mm
is it okay if, and all of these things. And so for me, I want to continue to have buy-in as a
mm.
as a very independent woman that has had my own, that has had to provide for myself. Like, yes, I am in my feminine, right? And I'm very happy for that. And also, I want to continue to have buy-in in the relationship for me, so that it's not that dynamic of like okay, well, is it all right if, where
Right.
I act like I never had to, you know what I'm saying? Like where I'm
Yeah.
like, okay,
Can I ask
sis,
you a question? How would you
yeah.
move around that if that's a requirement
Valid.
for yourself, but not for the relationship?
I had a conversation about it. Like that's how it was for me. I had a conversation. I said, "Hey, this is coming up for me." And
Mhm.
also, we had a very unique, I think, start, but for us, we had a framework about like what do we want our relationship to look like.
Mhm.
One of my things was I want to be able to contribute. I actually said, even if, because y'all know I'm on my debt payout journey or whatever, and I
Mhm.
said, even if it is, we go into a coffee shop and I would like to contribute getting you a tea. I
mm
want to be able
Mhm.
to contribute something. And that was
mhm
one of those like, yeah, you came into this an independent woman. I don't want you to lose that.
mhm
And so for me, I'm not trying to take over anything like that, but for me, it's something that's from my heart space. And that's, I had a conversation about it. And so it's okay within my relationship because we talked about it.
Mm.
Hashtag tough conversations
Yeah.
need to be
But
had.
Asia, I'm not, and I'm not personalizing this to you.
No. Yeah.
I'm just,
Okay.
but I guess, and I get the conversation shift. Once you were willing to say like, "Hey, this is what's coming up," da da da, and
Mhm.
because it's important, I get the vibe because it's important to you, it's important to him, so we can make a shift. I think that's good.
Mhm.
But like, there are many things, and Princess said it on on the episode we just recently had the other week when it was like, "Thou come up for people, right?" And they still won't say it. You got me? But like, there are moments where what is best, what you, I feel like I know what you're gonna say. What you want, need, or desire isn't what's best for the relationship to move forward. We're not saying that you won't get anything from it, but I get you don't want to feel like that. You may not, and I'm using it because that's the example you gave. I don't make you feel like that. And in order
Right.
for us to move this way, we may need your, contribution to look different than the way you want your contribution to show up.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I get you. We're talking about money, so we're leaving it there. But I'm like, what if that's not the way the relationships needs your contribution to show up? Is it still like I gotta fight it because for me, I need to feel like I'm contributing this way?
That's the way that it showed up for me.
Mhm.
I think that in the conversation, And this is the thing too, and I'm glad you're asking this question, because I think if it's two adults having a conversation about something, and I'm coming to you as my guy and I'm saying, hey, this is the way that I want to contribute, right? I would expect for him to be curious about that. We can have a dialogue, but just because I don't agree with you does not mean I'm being combative. And I think that's the part. Like, I think it should be fair to say, like, okay, well, this is important to me because if you say, well, I don't want you to contribute that way, I need you to contribute this way, but you have nothing else but to say is because I said so, that's a dynamic I'm not okay with. No, but hear
hell
me
no.
out, because that is what happens. Because people then think that because I am in this context, right, a woman, and because I am saying, hey, this is what I do need, and this is what it looks like for me, and this is why it's important, but your only acknowledgement is, okay, cool, I don't like that, we're going to do it my way because I said so. Then it becomes, if I say, well, that doesn't work for me, now I'm combative. I don't like the way that that's viewed. And that is what happens a lot of the time. Instead of it being, no, we're in a relationship having a hard conversation, we're trying to figure out what does it look like for the good of our relationship, not necessarily just because you want it to be a certain way.
But that's I know we having a little back and forth, but that was my point. He didn't say he wanted it that way. The relationship doesn't require that. That would be the point that I was trying to make. Like, there are certain things, which it sounds like y'all got to the bottom of it, so I'm moving away from, this specific example. But there are certain things that the relationship requires that neither party are necessarily asking for or demanding, but is what needs to happen in order for the relationship to progress.
Right. And two people in the relationship would have to be able to have a conversation about what is the good for the relationship, is what I'm saying. So there will be points that it's like, I don't see it that way. Okay, well, I don't see it that way. Like, that's what a dialogue is. The conversation doesn't have to be combative just because I'm saying my opinion, you're saying yours. It's like, yeah, we want to get to the good for the relationship. But I think for what I'm saying is, it's okay to have a dialogue where you both don't see eye to eye in the beginning. Like, that's fair.
For sure. Yeah. It's almost required.
No, you just shoot.
What do you mean? Having a dialogue where two people gotta come to a common understanding, even if we didn't agree at the beginning, is not required in relationships. So what went over my head?
Nothing. Not a thing.
What? I literally agree with Asia. She said it with over my, like, I literally agree with her.
Yeah, you got it.
Hey, man, we going into fair fire, bro. We about to get up out of here, man. I ain't fooling with her, man. I ain't fooling with her, bro. I'm telling you, man, I can't win, man. That's why Jay need to come back, man. Hey, all right. I know what y'all gonna say, but I need y'all to hear the example. Is it fair or foul if you are living with an ex, but you are single and you're dating while you're doing this? Foul. Now, hold on, wait, I get some context. Can I get some context? Like, you all have established the division. You all are not commingling, but you are right now transitioning from this lease. Is it fair or foul to be dating while in that environment? We got to start with fair or fouls first. It's fair.
Well,
I have questions.
That's hard.
So let's go fair. Let's go fair or foul, and then let's get into the questions.
Foul.
Foul. Okay. Princess thinking on it. That means she torn, boy.
How you worded it is messing me up now.
Yeah.
I'm going to say fair though.
Okay. Chappé.
I'm in the middle now. At first,
you can't be. It's not the way this game was played.
Dang.
It sounds like fair.
I'm gonna go foul.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick with foul.
Brittany.
Yeah, I'm gonna go foul too.
All right. What's your questions?
You worded it different. I think what I heard was you're single. You're staying in the same home, but your lease is about to end. So y'all basically.
I gave an example. Y'all are in the same space for whatever amount of time. Y'all got to be. That's how life is working right now. But you are living with your ex and you're dating. Is that fair or foul? I want to take all them restraints off of it. You are living with your ex, but you're dating, but you are absolutely single.
Oh, that's foul.
Yeah, I would say that's foul because I'm not living with my ex and dating. Like that's just contradictory. I'm that's not gonna work. Now, the way you worded it at first, it's like I'm only waiting for this small period of time
That makes it okay.
until we.
Yeah.
That makes me think, okay, like I can hold off for a month.
So all of a sudden, because the lease up in 4 months, we don't live together.
No, if it's up in 3 days, though, it don't matter.
But my do you want to know why it's fair? Back to Asia's point that I ain't even gonna get on you, Brittany. Like, if we are broken up and we've had the conversation, like it's fair to go out and talk. Like I can go now. Am I bringing somebody back? No.
Right.
Am I going crazy? No. But if we are broken up and there's no contact between us outside of whatever we got to do priority wise, you know what I'm saying? It's fair. Because I'm gonna be real with you. The hard part is not even with the ex. The hard part is telling that to whoever you dating.
Facts. That's what I'm thinking about.
Saying is foul.
Right.
I'm
like
not even thinking about the ex. I literally did not even put the ex in this whole equation. I'm thinking about if you waiting for a small window, just wait the small window because I think it's more of a headache.
Right.
If somebody's like let's say you really end up feeling a person that you go out on a date with, and now it's like, oh, okay, let's go back to your spot. And now it's like, now your ex is just chilling there, and it's like, oh, you got a roommate? Oh yeah, that's my
that's my homeboy. Don't bring.
You cannot bring them back.
I hear
you cannot bring them back.
No. But okay, let's say you don't bring them back. Now you sitting at dinner, they really want to come to your spot, right? And now you like, no, we can't go back to my spot. Well, why? Well, okay. Well, why not? Why are you so hard on that?
I'm in between places right now.
It's a headache. In
between places right now.
Yeah, but now you're lying. And let's say this turns out to be the person that you end up in a relationship with, and now you got to backtrack, or it comes out later.
Look like you hiding
in a sticky situation. Just wait the lease out.
See,
the problem. Like, I'm not thinking about the ex. The ex is your ex. I'm not thinking about them. I'm thinking about you in a dating world.
The problem I have is it doesn't always work out that way. That you can wait. You know what I'm saying? It don't always work out that way.
Are we married?
Nah.
Married?
Are we married or this my ex? Because why is it taking so long? What do you mean? Don't.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm gonna be super G with y'all.
Let's end that.
People live together a lot, and it not be as vocal. Because this is the thing. Okay, so say I got my own spot. Which problem would you rather have, Chappé? I got my own spot. But I visit my ex every now and again. But I'm being real. Or we've split. We've broken up. There's nothing there. And yes, I'm living there right now. I'm in between till I get my next spot. But this is what's working out for me, right? I give you a situation, right? Say if we moved away together to Guantanamo Bay, and where we're at is just me and it's just y'all two. Didn't work out, you split, you have nobody out there, nowhere to go. So for right now, no,
but
it's like a personal problem.
Yeah, it's a personal problem, and leases break every day.
Right.
That's foul. I'm not dating nobody I'm not dating anybody that's living with the ex. I'm literally the ex is the ex. I'm not thinking about them. I'm literally thinking about if I was on the receiving end of this,
right? And
they tell me I'm living with my ex, or I'm between places, or whatever the case may be, and I find out you're living with your ex.
You can't even explain that. You can't. It's no way you can explain that and keep the person you're interested in. It's no way.
If you like them, you'll deal with it for a little bit. You'll say when you get out of there.
Foul. No, I'm not.
No.
What we talking about earlier? I'm choosing peace. Like, what are we talking about? I'm choosing my peace.
You don't have that option. Dictatorship.
I sure do. No, I'm not. That's weird.
Yeah.
Princess, you said it was fair, and now you shaking your head. What's up with that?
No, I do think the principle, flat out, what you asked is fair. If you are living with your ex, but you are single, is it okay for you to date? To me, that is fair.
Okay.
But I still believe everything that I said about like leases break every day. You not dating me. All of that still stands. But just the principle, like it technically, in my opinion, is fair. Because you are single, so you can date. That's the way I was looking at it. But like Asia said, like, but you're not dating me.
Yeah.
And let's be real, like exes, some exes are petty. I'm not on the phone walking to the refrigerator to get a glass of milk, and you, hey, can you get me some? And then the person on the phone's like, "Who's that?" And you gotta answer. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. People talk about boundaries. Oh, we got boundaries. It's okay. You could chit chat in the house, whatever. Don't bring them here. But even if y'all are on the phone, like some exes are so petty that they'll make noises, they'll ask questions, they'll make silly comments just to get under your skin. It is not worth it.
Yeah, I think you should wait.
Mm-hmm.
I think, hey, look, man, if you
how
single,
long does it take?
if you single, do what you want. Just know what it come with. If you single, do what you want. You just gotta know what it come with. That's all I'm saying. You know, it's funny because if somebody
don't move in with nobody that's not your husband.
Hey, those days are over. Those days are over.
And we see what problems come of it, but
no, I moved with Britt. I was a junior in college when I moved with Britt. I'm sorry, you better test drive that car.
You are a one in a million, bro. I'm grateful.
No,
test drive the car. Hey man, hey, whoever's told you that, don't listen.
No, we're not test driving cars. We're not that.
Hey,
we're not
are we going? Are we? Hold
hey
time out.
man, wasn't he just the one talk about mileage? Now you talk about test drive.
If I put mileage on the car, I got a question, Chappelle. Would you buy a car? Would you buy a car with 190,000 miles?
Are you going to test drive?
Hold on, time out. Let me ask a question. Would you buy a car with 190,000 miles?
No.
Okay. If you bought a car brand new and you put 190 on it and you did all the maintenance, all the things, wouldn't you trust that car a little more? Oh, now Joker's got side, got, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Hold on. Are y'all saying don't live? Hold on, time out. When I said test drive the car, y'all said no. What y'all mean?
I'm not a fan of shacking up.
Oh shit.
Me either. I only did it because we're engaged now.
Well, Princess, I did it before I was engaged. I hear you, but nah. Test drive the car. Because I'm gonna be see, okay. Y'all can judge me. It's fine. But this is the point I think I'm coming from. If I asked you to marry, I knew I want to marry you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I asked you to marry me, or I say, let's go down to the courthouse just so we can move in together. If that, I feel like that becomes a flaw if that's just a standard practice in your dating.
If that's your end goal, just to move in.
No, some people.
Then yeah, that is not going to end well. But like, me being with you, I'm gonna pick up on certain things. I don't have to live with you to be able to see that you're messy or to see.
Chappelle, what I'm saying is, go beyond that point. You see everything. It's check. I'm speaking for myself. You've already done that. We lived in separate places, right? Cool. Everything is checking out. We know where we're headed, right?
Right.
What I'm saying is, it could be, you could put engagement on it, like Princess just said, because she's headed towards marriage, right? This is my belief. There is a healthy learning curve from living with somebody with everything being jointly responsible. You all been jointly responsible for things. There's a learning curve there that if you all are headed to that promised land anyway, in my opinion, because this is what I don't like. I'm sorry, I know we're doing fair or foul. I wouldn't want to isolate this one thing if we're doing everything else under the sun. That's my thing.
What if you're not?
Respect.
Yeah, like
respect.
Yeah. Because everything else under the sun is what? Like if we're not living together outside of intimacy, right? What else is everything else under the sun? Because if I got my separate space and you got your separate space outside of intimacy,
what else? We got separate bank accounts.
Yeah, we got separate everything.
I know people,
adults.
I know people that live in separate places and pay bills in two different places, and they're dating. They're in a relationship, but they live in separate. They have their names on things together,
like light bills.
So, Princess, you said, what are the other things that I'm telling you? There are things that you will only do if you are married or about to get married. And when I say intimacy, go ahead, Princess.
That's stupid.
Yeah, that. I
That
think the
hey, but
only thing that comes to my mind outside of like lights, water, which you should be handling separately, whatever, I don't know, is like if you need somebody to co-sign on a car or something for you.
so this is this boy, I did not plan to go here, but we here now. This is my thing with this is my thing with it. It's when something's presented, it's like, nah, it happens every day. But if it's something that you disagree with, it's stupid, but it happens every day. Like, it doesn't change the fact that it made the same thing when we talk about dating and we say like, nah, and y'all like, nah, that sounds dumb, but it happens every day. I hear y'all, but that still happens every day. There are people that, to Princess's point, co-sign on things, have borrowed money together. So he's over here, but he's paying a bill or two over there in your crib, and his name is not on it. But he done took over that trying to. It happens every day in the realm of dating and relationships.
And two things can be very true. It happens every day and it's stupid. Those are two hard facts. It's dumb and it happens every day. That does not mean that, like, I hear what you're saying, Keenan, and I understand your point, but that to me does not define that you have to live with somebody before marriage. Like, you don't, those are things that you don't have to do. They still happen every day, but for some people they don't, you don't have to do those things in order to understand what you're the learning curve that, and it is a healthy learning curve. You're absolutely right, but I do think that there's also some possibility for learning curves outside of actually living together. You could spend time, you could hang out for a couple days, you could learn a lot about somebody doing other things outside of living with each other. And it tests your and it's a test to your marriage too. Like, you gotta, that's why you gotta know your partner for real. You gotta be equally yoked on 150 million things. That's why it's there for a reason. You gotta have the hard conversations, communication, but all that stuff comes with growing in your marriage and your relationship. So if I didn't see anything based off of like you living here and I live over here and now I see it and it could be a possible problem, now we got to tap into our communication for real, because we are equally yoked, because this is an ordained marriage, and let's sit down and have this conversation. And then it's like, okay, can we meet halfway? What do we need to change? That's where growth happens. But a lot of people are not open to having that, and that's where marriages fail. So it's on you. Like, that's on you and your partner.
Hashtag tough conversations.
I look. Hey, look,
Yep.
because all four of y'all align, y'all got y'all little, I ain't gonna call y'all that group. Y'all B2K right now. What I'm saying is that I do believe that is a thing. If that's the way we're headed, okay. So I give you so let me ask you a question, Brittany.
Yeah.
You're headed that way.
Hmm.
You're headed that way. There's no doubt. Y'all have had the conversations. Y'all locking in. You doing this, that, and the third. Um, Either one of you get a job offer to go somewhere else. You got me?
Hmm.
You head over there. You head over there. Because this is a scenario that I'm explaining, so I gotta make sure you
No
head over
problem.
there.
Hmm.
You go. You at your job. This
Okay.
person you want to be with is now going to come to you. They get their own place out there.
That meaning they're moving to my
You moved
destination
away.
where I
You
got.
moved to said place. You got a job offer you couldn't deny.
Yeah.
You go to said place. You start your life. Y'all are
Hmm.
locked in. This ain't no
Hmm.
BS. I'm not talking about no BS now.
Hmm.
That person then starts searching for jobs over there.
Okay.
They land one. They go out there. They go get
Okay.
their own place out there.
Yeah. We're not married. That doesn't change. What's the
So,
difference if we were back
so if
home?
we
You
headed
still
that
got a
way,
job, I got a job. You still live in separate places.
so
That
we
doesn't change
we
anything.
heading that way. We heading that way to marriage. That happens. You're like, no, we got because you're out there. I'm coming that way to you, right? And I said, all right,
Uh-huh.
well, let's just go ahead and go to the courthouse so we can move in. That's cool.
Why? I'm not getting married to you just so we can move in. Like, there's other things that have to tie into this relationship to get married. That doesn't change if I'm in Miami and then I get a job in North Carolina, and then you get a job in North Carolina, guess what? You're getting your own apartment house in North Carolina, and I have mine. And until you propose to me and we understand what this relationship is, we're not living together. Because that doesn't change. It doesn't change anything.
Brittany, well, what I'm saying to you is y'all already understand what the relationship is.
That's fine. So propose. What are you waiting for?
I
Like,
just
what are we
said that.
doing? If
I'm
you're
just
gonna
saying,
no, if okay, so if you propose, then
if I'm saying
yeah.
let's go get married, you worried about me proposing?
Yeah, I need you to propose to me, Brittany, right? And then we could go get that paperwork, and then we can move in together and focus on our lives together. But if you're solely moving to another state or city because you want to move in with me, so you take me to the courthouse, I'm not what
So
like that's not making sense to me.
I get you, but what I'm saying is that under the same philosophy that we speaking on, right? You
Mhm.
go said place and you
Yes.
saying like propose to me, do all the things. Cool. But if I'm moving here and that's where we're headed, and I'm like, hey, I got this job, you got your job, where we're going is speeding up. It's nowhere that we weren't already en route to.
Mhm.
So I'm saying, like, hey, let's go. Hey, look, we were doing it anyway. We got the things that we wished for 2 years earlier than we thought we were going to have them. Let's go
Okay.
to the courthouses, get it done, and let's start our life in Colorado, wherever the place is.
Yeah,
I
meaning
think it's just a
are
personal
you
thing.
going like are you saying like let's go to the courthouse and get married? Like I'm not following. Are you proposing and saying, "Hey, let's go get married," to then continue on the future that we're trying to build together? Because if that's the case, then yes, the answer is yes. But if you're like I'm not understanding what's the difference. Like the point is I'm not living with you unless you propose to me and we're getting married.
And I
Okay.
think that's like to what Princess is saying, I completely agree. I think it's a person to person thing. And I think it's kind
Mhm.
of like where you place the value because some
Yeah.
people place the value in the dating relationship, right? Some people place the value in the engagement piece. Some people place the value after the paperwork is signed and and you've made the vows and all those things. Like for
Yep.
example, like in some of y'all know, for me, I live in my own apartment
Yeah.
by my lonesome, right? I am moving back home for lots of different reasons, but a part of that, we are not living together until I am married. And
Yeah.
I mean legally bound married. That is something that for me, it's a personal preference. It always has
Mhm.
been, right? I've never been I'm a test drive, anything. No, and that's a me thing, right? Keenan, to your point, for you that was not a you thing, right? And that's all right. Like I think it depends on the people, it depends on where you collectively place the value and your
Mhm.
shared values together. I think
Yeah.
the only time that this actually would need to be a conversation is if it is a value for you and it's not necessarily a value for your partner. That
Mhm.
is where this conversation actually counts.
Yeah.
I don't
Asia,
think there's a blanket anything.
Yep.
you moving, I agree with the person to person, and we about to get up out here, but I agree with the person to person. But I'm being so honest and genuine in these questions.
Yeah.
So when you put it out there like that, and the value stays in the same place for both of you all,
Hmm.
does then the focus come on how it happens? The
How which part happens, the
So, like,
marriage or
say the
the
example you just
moving?
gave of your personal example of moving back,
Mhm.
but you're not living
Mhm.
together because you
Yeah,
both value marriage.
right. We have a
Now,
timeline.
okay, cool. So if something interrupt that timeline in a positive way, that
Hmm.
wouldn't be. Is it? We're sticking to the timeline because we had it, or if circumstances change to where we had to move things up, back, or whatever. That would be on the table.
So like for like because you're asking me personally, right? For us,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there are two things that have to happen before we get married. They're
Okay,
for us, they are non-negotiables.
okay.
Right. So whether that happens as soon as I move, whether that happens a year from now when I move, like these two things have to happen. When those things two happen, after that, whatever the timeline is the timeline, right?
Hmm.
And so we have a set timeline. Yes, if things do move quicker, these two things better happen quicker.
Right.
Gotcha.
If they
Yeah.
don't, then okay, right? That's for us. That's
Are
what
they
we
things
talked
you
about and
you
we
all
agreed
can
on.
control though?
Huh?
The two things, are they things that you all could control?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I think you can, Keenan, I think you can always, I should hard play on that word always, but most of the time, I think you can control certain things. Real quick, real true story. My husband and I, separate homes. Wedding schedule for March, COVID shut the world down. We now have a place to move into July 30th. Or really, it was April. We pushed it back to July 30th because of COVID. We were not married. We did not go to the courthouse. The world was shut down. But we were like, yo, what are we going to do? Leases are up. I meant what I said when I said I am not living with somebody unmarried. So it was then a conversation that we both had the same values of like, let's just go ahead and do the thing. The wedding, reception, whatever, all that stuff will come later. Let's just go to the courthouse. So yes, we technically purchased the or rent whatever our first apartment together. 2 weeks later, what happened? We got married, we exchanged vows, whatever, signed the paperwork. That's when he started moving his stuff in. I started moving my stuff in, and then we were able to move forward.
I know I'm not tripping. Is that not exactly what the example I gave?
No. So to me, that I didn't.
You were already engaged, right?
Yes.
It was the wedding that
It was
got.
yes.
COVID messed up them getting married.
Right.
They were already engaged.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Okay.
The other scenario, we're waiting on a proposal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm about to say I met you with your own spot. You met me with my own spot. I get a job somewhere else. You get a job somewhere else. Why is it that you can't get your own spot again and I can get my own spot?
What's the difference?
You don't have to fast forward anything. If we're not ready to make that major step, you don't have to fast forward anything. You had it on your own when I met you. I had it on my own when I met you, and then we can still take our time to get to where we want to get if we don't want to, merge everything right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think I quickly realized talking to you all, even let's say in this conversation, all values are aligned in each relationship that we're speaking on. Men view getting married very differently. Like once that's the commitment that we've chosen, like it's no problem adjusting or moving because it's more about, and I'm not saying this is for you all specifically, but I'm generalizing this. Like it's more about the actual marriage itself than most of the other things that come along with getting married. That's how most guys approach those moments and opportunities. So from the example I gave earlier, yeah, it is person to person. It is personal. But most guys that know they want to marry said woman won't really have much resistance on just going to go get married.
Right. You still better propose, make it a whole thing, get my grandmama, my grandpappy, get everybody there.
No, I see what you're saying, Keenan. But I would only be comfortable with that if I knew that's where we were headed.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
So my point is I wouldn't want you to say, oh, okay, I got this amazing job offer in Texas. Will you come with me? And I say no, because I don't want to live with nobody who I'm not married to. And we've never talked about marriage.
Oh nah.
And then you just be like, okay, girl.
Yeah, nah.
Like, no. That's a no. I should have already known that that's where we were headed. And then I still have the choice whether to move or not.
I hope, Princess, I wholeheartedly agree with you. But that was my point. Like we were already on that way. We've already had those conversations. We already had all that, but it sped up. That dream job in Texas was the one I was waiting on to be able to be the provider that we needed. Right. So now I'm like, hey, look, in order to get you here, like I know what we had planned, but like we here now. I didn't expect to get it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Like we can get married now to have the reception later, or you'll still have the wedding that you want, but let's just go ahead and start.
We got our starting blocks. We knew what we wanted. We got it early. Come on, let's go.
Like I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay.
Because the testing, the car part only came from me knowing that's who I wanted to be with. So I would have never. Okay, that's what I was trying to say earlier. I may have not articulated correctly. If your standard practice is to live with somebody after you, just because y'all are dating, that's different. But like,
yeah, and that's a lot of people.
Yeah, I know that's not what I was saying. What I'm saying is, I knew I wanted to marry my wife very early when I met her. So when that conversation came on the table, and when we moved in, it was very. She was like, "Hey, before we sign this, what are we doing?" And I was like, XYZ. You know what I'm saying? So back to the point, and this is the thing. I feel like we're all, even though I'm the only guy, I feel like we're all aligned on that part. If we're locked in, that's where we're going. I believe that all of you all will make adjustments where you see fit, as long as the adjustments make sense to the greater goal. You know what I mean? But I think so far, what I was getting earlier from Brittany, I'm gonna say what I was getting. I'm not saying if you meant it like this, is like it all came down to this one thing. And I'm saying, like, no, let's go ahead and see if this. I'm gonna test drive the car in the sense of living, because I know I want to be with you. I need to know the things I need to know to order to go ahead and let's go ahead and go there, because I'm there with it. Granted, I was also 20. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have all the things I had now. I wasn't doing all of those things. So maybe my mind didn't go that far. But for men, we know, and we know soon. And we have zero attachment to, no disrespect. My wife had a great engagement party. We went to the courthouse. We about to do our renewal. It is going to go crazy. Cool, right? But like, we knew we wanted a foundation to be able to do our wedding the way we wanted to do our wedding. And at the time, context matters, that wasn't in play for us. We would have been doing catering from Boston Market.
Oh, I love their sweet potato casserole.
Yeah, I'm saying.
They got a good sweet potato casserole.
We would have been at the park at Boston Market, you feel me? But I just think the point I'm making is, from a guy's perspective, fellas, if you know, put it out there and go for it. Like, you can't spend too much time contemplating. If you know this is who you want to be with, you know this is what you're about to do, say it, be about it, move around it like that way.
I appreciate that, Kenan.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
I would
much rather. So I'm getting uncomfortable.
I would much rather have that conversation of, okay, things done sped up, so like, let's go ahead and do X, Y, and Z, rather than, oh, I'm not ready, I don't want to commit. That type of conversation,
guys,
because then we not on the same page, and you still asking me to move in with you. Now you're not compromised. Like, no.
Nowadays, you'll be called crazy if you jump too far too soon. It used to be okay to say a lot at the beginning. Now you might be called some things. Yeah. But all right. Any last things on fair foul? Even though we would.
No.
All right, man. Yo, appreciate everybody that's been tapping in with us tonight, man. It's been another show of the Monday Night Crew. I got all the ladies of the show: Miss Princess, Miss Shapay, Brittany, and Asia. I'm your boy K. Mims, man. The only spot you get authenticity and entertainment at the same time. I'm out.
You are now tuned in to the realest podcast.
NW, we back up in this thing. You can't roll with us if your last name don't got no loyalty.